Hello and welcome to episode 24 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. As you will have seen through the intro, we have taken a new job. We are now managing Norwich City. There was lots of and ahhing when they came in. I was 50-50 between staying at Accrington or staying at Norwich. But what swung it was kind of the club vision. It was very much a case of using and signing young players, using the youth system, possession football. That coupled with the massively higher wage budget means that this is probably a team better suited to getting into that Premier League promised lands. So yeah, stay tuned, get through the new intro and I'll take you through what we've got to work with. And welcome back to Norwich Football Club. So as you can see, first little bits of business were just to finish off the contracts they haven't decided on yet, and essentially we're just going to let them all go. It's quite a big squad between the under-23s, 18s and full squad. So I've tweaked the formation initially, which I'll just show you here. So that's what we're kind of looking at from the players we've currently got, and I'll caveat that with the fact that some of these players don't want to be here. Some of them will expire their contract. Some of them are on loan and will move on. So until we reach the 1st of July, we can't really sort it out in its entirety. But from what I've seen, there is quite a good base of a squad. We've got a few good players in some key positions, certainly through the spine. And I would say we're probably looking at a centre-half, a goalkeeper, and then just maybe a couple filler players. There's some good young players in the squad in terms of development and potential. So I've took the cream of them crop in terms of highest potential and promoted them to the first team. So we've got Martin Jedlicker at right back, looks like a really promising player, so he's one to look out for. The other things that have been a little bit difficult and tougher to handle than I first anticipated was the staff. We don't have any coaching staff. I've gone through and offered a load of contracts to various different positions. So 2 performance analysts, 7 coaches, an assistant manager, and various other bits and bobs. Once they come in, I can sort out training and squads and finances and work out where our transfer and wage budget better sits. And then the only other bit of real news is the unhappy players. So Milo Rashica doesn't want to be here, Kiefer Moore doesn't want to be here, and Javier Amachi just wants more game time. So I'll go away and I'll talk to them and probably let them go if they're on massive wages and they don't want to be here. And we'll see what we can get through when we get some scouts and set up who we're going to look for to improve. So a lot to do. That's a quick before snapshot. What I'll do is I'll go away and do the transfer window, get through July into August. I'll show you all the players we've signed, what the new formation looks like, and then we'll get into the first game of the season. It's quite hard. We'll be playing against Accrington at some point, but that's part of the journey, isn't it? Is moving on and taking on new challenges. I think Norwich is a team that we can realistically take into the Premier League, possibly take a mid-table to the European spots, and then it's a case of finding a big job to really finish that push for the Premier League title. So yeah, stay tuned, and I will catch you with a very much changed squad. And welcome back. So we've been through the squad, I've done some evaluations. Here's a quick summary of the transfers to date. So we've brought in Karaveev as a right wing back. He was already signed before we came in, so it was a committed transfer already at 33. Doesn't really fit with the club vision, so I'm not quite sure why that went through. Start with the ones that we've made then. Fran Padilla from Man United. He came in at quite an expensive fee, but he's going to be our kind of main striker for the season. We brought in Vusal Momodov, who's from Borussia Dortmund, a new first choice goalkeeper. Again, his current potential, current ability is the same as our existing keeper, but his potential is to be a leading Premier League goalkeeper. So again, that's a good move for the club vision. We then brought in Micah Hamilton from Coventry. Again, huge amount of promise. He's got a lot of current ability, but his potential again takes him to Premier League standard, which is where we want to be. 21-year-old. Again, it fits the club vision. And then we brought in a couple of youth prospects. Noah De Gregorio, who we've immediately sent out on loan because we've got a better striker in from Man United. So we'll send him out for a season, but he comes back with a high amount of potential. And then Omar Capecchi, a centre defender, Italian. Again, we've brought him in more as a kind of investment for the future and potential. However, with our current transfers and outgoing and trying to reduce the over 30s in the squad, he might well become a useful squad player this season. Players out then. I mean, if you look at all the ones up until the 1st of July, they were already predetermined from not signing contracts or going, so a lot of them have gone. We let Adam Ida go. He's someone we don't need. Kennebo, Igor Lucas, out on loan. Logan Pye's gone out for an anomaly low fee. Kiefer Moore, again, another one of the older players. We've got 2 million from him from Venezia. Ben White, Abu Kamara out on loan. We've let Aziaya go. There's the confirmation of De Gregorio going out on loan to Bristol Rovers. And recently we've just sold Josh Martin for 1.9. So we spent 26.5 million, recouped 8.25 million. There are a few other transfers currently going on at the minute. So if I just take you through the possible outs. So Graham Dodds, he's got a large number of clubs looking for him. I've accepted from Southampton and Everton, which in excess of 10 million and 16 million respectively. Both going to loan him straight back. So again, we get to keep him at the club for a season, but we also make quite a big hefty profit on him. So that's not too bad. And then in terms of the actual squad, there's a couple players that we still might get rid of before the end of the season. Just sort this back out. I was just filtering through for the high potential players to see what we've got over the next couple of years. And really bringing that kind of age gap now down to where I think is a bit more reasonable. So Stojanovic, again, there's a bid in for him. I'm contemplating letting him go in and bringing in a new younger reserve goalkeeper. Liam Cooper, wherever he is. He had a couple bids in for him, 33. It would be nice to offload him or Zimmerman. Probably Cooper, to be honest. Zimmerman will keep for another season. He's captain. And then Alzati's had a lot of interest. He may well disappear. And Pizzi, again at 35, the oldest player in the squad, he's another one we kind of want to get off so we can kind of meet that club vision. Just to reiterate to people who aren't aware of it, signing young players under the age of 23 for the first team, under the age of 20 for the future, and develop using the club's youth system. So that's very much where we want to be. We've delighted them already with the signings we've made, pleased them with the signings for the under 21s for the future. And yeah, so in terms of the squad depth, again, all over the pitch, we're looking reasonably strong. I think we've got quite a good squad. Still not 100% sold on the tactics yet. That's what we're currently starting with. It's similar to what we had with Accrington. Obviously, Barkley's filling that advanced playmaker role, whereas previously we had a defensive anchor, which we will adjust depending on how the first few games go. And a quick look at the friendlies. So largely positive in the most part. We had that one game against Luzerne, which we got beat, but we were fairly in the game. I don't think it was anything too pivotal. And then the last friendly we had was against Bradford, which was pretty one-sided, and hopefully we can carry that form into the Coventry game. Quick look at the season preview before we get going. 12-1 in 6th place, so not looking too bad. I mean, we're coming up against Coventry, who should be in here somewhere. I just can't see them for the life of me. There we go, 15th to 25-1. So on paper, we're looking twice as more likely than them. The teams that have come down from the Premier League, Sheffield United and Crystal Palace, will be the ones to look out for. But again, if we can finish in the top 6, which is our aim to finish in the playoffs, that'll be a good season. It'd be nice to push for one of them top 2 spots in automatic promotion, but we will see what we can do. That all being said, then into that first game. Starting lineup for the first game we have in charge of Norwich. We've got Mamedov in goals, back 4 of Bag and Shipley, Omabidimideli. That's going to be a tricky one. We might have to let him go just so I can pronounce a bit better. And Mumba at right back. Middle 3 of Barkley, Alzati and Kilkenny. And then the front 3 of Rashika, Hamilton and Padilla. So let's get into the game. I've been looking forward to it, to be honest. It was a long way getting through the transfer window. Usually in the leagues below, I would only go for free transfers and cast-offs from Premier League clubs who let them expire from their contracts. But I felt that with the budget we had and the wage budget this season, it was probably best just to go out and buy the players we needed early doors and save us from getting gazumped later on. So here we go. Exciting times. Again, let me know in the comment section if you think the signings will strengthen us, or if you think I've actually done a bit of a clanger and let some good players low. Kiefer Moore was one. He was quite old, a lot of interest in him, and then the game before he left in the friendlies he scored a hat-trick, so I did kind of second guess myself, but I think Padilla long term, with his potential and his skill set that he's got, I think he will be the better player. Again, debuts for Padilla, Hamilton and Mamadov. The rest of them are pretty much there from last season. Karaveev on the bench is one that could make a debut, and Kopecky as well, which he was initially brought in to loan out straight away, but with the way the injuries have gone to Zimmerman and Cooper, we'll just fit him in and use him as cover as necessary. So 25 minutes into the game, not looking too bad, probably edging out just on top. We have got a positive mentality. As we can see in there, Accrington off to a good start with Kian Atete getting a goal. He was one who actually came up on the scouting list that we did look at maybe bringing Atete in, but I didn't really. I don't know. I didn't want to do it to Accrington. Kind of go out and poach all their best players. I didn't think it was fair. So I only looked at the new players that came up on the scouting market. In terms of the staff, I have filled all them positions. So we have a full complement of coaches, physios, scouts. So things are looking good. We're near the top of the league on most of them in a comparison. So yeah, it's a good start to the season, I think, and certainly a club where we can grow. As we get a highlight just before half time, hopefully it's coming to us. Shipley playing out from the back, carrying the ball a long way into Hamilton, making his debut. Alzetti into Padilla, playing that deep forward role into Hamilton. And there we go on his debut. Assist from Padilla and a goal from Hamilton. So immediate impact from the new players. And hopefully they can continue that for the majority of the season. Into half time then. I think as the half wore on. And I think this is one of them slow burners with the amount of players we've churned around. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to and gelling for some of the new players to get into the squad, but goals and assists early on are going to massively affect that. And we'll just see. So we've dropped down to 6th place again. League standing at the start of the season, as we all know. There's not much point looking at it really until you get to that kind of, I'll say 10, 12 game type period when you're approaching the first quarter of the season, as Bagan gets a chance to feed it to Alzati into Padilla, and Rashika makes it 2. Padilla with another assist. So in that deep line forward role, he's coming deep and he's letting the players overlap him. Hamilton on the left wing, inside wing is playing on an attacking. Rashika's on a support role as a winger on the right hand side, but with Padilla dropping deep, and that's where we may need to move Barkley back slightly closer to the midfield. If we start getting overrun in that midfield area, I think the front three have enough to kind of carry that threat on their own. However, Barkley does add the extra bit of confusion and overload the defence. So coming up to the 70th minute, things looking not too bad. Corner to Coventry. Bagan gets it clear. See, I was hoping Padilla could maybe rob the ball from them there, but no such luck. And we win the ball back and have a break of our own. Bagan down the left into Hamilton. Can he beat his man? There's a lot of just tippy-tappy going. Patient play as we break through now into Alzati, and that makes it 3. So a strong, confident start to the season. You can look at the much bigger stadium than we had before, which might be causing a little bit of lag on the replays, but I'm not sure how to fix that. All in all, so far, not looking too bad. I would bring some players on for a couple of debuts, but at this stage of the game. I just want to get the 3 points done. Barkley for Swift. That seems like a sensible option. And he was one I was looking at there. Fagan's another one I'm looking at. Rashika. But just getting this first game out under the belt, I'd like to keep a clean sheet if we can. With 8 minutes to go. Just trying to see if I can keep an eye on the Accrington score, which we will. We will keep an eye out for. And I need to do a quick check of where previous clubs have been and where they are now, if they've continued to grow from the efforts we did, or if they've kind of faded back off into obscurity. 2 minutes to go then. Very much job done. Good start to the season. Fits with the kind of season preview and where the press think will finish. But yeah, not too bad. Final minute, just clicking over. Quite surprised we've only got an XG of 1.4 actually, and we've got 3 goals. Crystal Palace drawing on the opening day of the season away at Swansea. Swansea who came up with Accrington. That's quite a good result. And there we go. Good performances all round. The 2 substitutes obviously not getting into the green, but not enough time. You have to play more than 15 minutes to get a ray in. And yeah, no, good start. Long may that continue, and it bodes well for a good and competitive season. Let's have a quick look where the mighty Accrington with Kian Atete get a goal. So yeah, all in all, as far as opening days go, I don't think you can get much better than that. We'll just have a quick look at where we can bring you back for future episodes. You can find the right button. So schedules. I'll probably play through the first chunk there, and what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. So if I'll bring you back for Accrington Blackburn, it gives us a chance to face a former club and one of the teams that's dropped out of the Premier League. So that'll be a pretty good episode. 2 home games. And once again, thanks for watching. Hopefully you agree with the move to Norwich. I think it fits with the unemployed to unstoppable way of thinking. It's the opportunity of a lifetime to get a club into the Premier League, and let's see if we can get it there. So stay tuned, join us through the journey if you like. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out, and I'll see you next time.